On November 17, 2025, the United Nations Security Council made history by passing a landmark resolution, endorsing a new and ambitious peace plan for Gaza. This plan, proposed by former President Donald Trump, represents a bold attempt to address one of the world's most intractable conflicts. The chamber was tense as delegates from around the globe gathered, aware that the outcome could reshape the future of the region. The resolution passed with 13 votes in favor, while Russia and China chose to abstain. Their abstentions, rather than outright opposition, signaled a cautious but notable international consensus. This rare moment of agreement among major world powers highlights the urgency and gravity of the situation in Gaza and the global community's willingness to try a new approach. The vote comes in the aftermath of a fragile ceasefire that ended 2 years of relentless and devastating conflict. Gaza has been left in ruins, with entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble and families struggling to survive. Humanitarian aid workers now face the daunting task of addressing a deepening crisis, as basic necessities remain scarce and hope is in short supply. Unlike previous efforts that often stalled or fell apart, this resolution lays out a detailed and comprehensive framework for governance, security, and reconstruction. It aims to break the entrenched cycle of violence by establishing clear guidelines for political transition, economic recovery, and long-term stability. The plan is designed to address not just immediate needs, but also the root causes of the conflict. Central to the plan is international oversight of both security and administration in Gaza. A transitional period will allow for the demilitarization of armed groups and the rebuilding of critical infrastructure. International peacekeepers and experts will work alongside local leaders to ensure that reconstruction is transparent, effective, and benefits all Gazans. Ambassador Mike Waltz, speaking on behalf of the United States, called the resolution a significant step forward for both Gaza's prosperity and Israel's security. He emphasized that the plan offers a rare opportunity for both sides to move beyond decades of mistrust and violence, and to build a foundation for lasting peace. With this vote, the international community has committed itself to a direct, hands-on role in shaping Gaza's future. This marks a historic shift in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as world powers pledge resources, expertise, and political will to support a peaceful transition. The coming months will test the resolve and cooperation of all involved. Now, as Gazan families watch and wait, the world holds its breath. The question remains, can this diplomatic breakthrough finally bring real, lasting change to a region so long defined by conflict and suffering? The timing of this UN resolution is crucial, coming at a moment when the world's attention is sharply focused on the aftermath of one of the most destructive conflicts in recent memory. The war has left Gaza's 2.3 million residents reeling, with entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble, basic services in ruins, and families struggling to survive amid the devastation. The current ceasefire, while offering a brief respite, remains extremely fragile. Without a comprehensive and enforceable plan, the threat of renewed violence looms large over the region, risking further suffering and instability. This resolution aims to fill the dangerous power vacuum left by the conflict, providing a structured and internationally backed roadmap for demilitarization, new governance, and the long process of reconstruction. Unlike previous attempts that offered only temporary relief, this plan introduces an international peacekeeping force and a transitional governing board, placing Gaza under temporary international stewardship to ensure stability and accountability. The interventionist approach signals a recognition that local factions, divided and weakened by years of conflict, cannot alone guarantee a lasting peace or rebuild the institutions needed for a stable future. For ordinary Gazans, this plan represents more than just another diplomatic effort. It's the first real sign in years that the international community is willing to invest in their future, offering not just emergency aid, but a genuine path towards stability, dignity, and hope. While skepticism and uncertainty remain, the plan channels unprecedented diplomatic energy and resources into a tangible alternative to endless conflict, aiming to break the deadlock that has defined the region for decades. It's a high-stakes gamble, fraught with challenges and risks, but it's a bold step born from the urgent need to finally break the cycle of violence and failure that has haunted Gaza for generations. Central to the peace plan is the International Stabilization Force, or ISF, with a robust mandate to secure Gaza. The ISF will control borders, prevent weapons smuggling, and oversee the disarmament of militant groups like Hamas. It's also tasked with protecting civilians and ensuring humanitarian aid reaches those in need. Muslim-majority nations, such as Indonesia, are expected to contribute troops, making the force more acceptable locally. The ISF will coordinate with Israeli, Egyptian, and Palestinian security forces, creating a complex web of cooperation. Disarming entrenched groups is risky. Hamas has already rejected the plan, raising the prospect of direct confrontation. The ISF's success depends on both military capability and winning the trust of Gaza's population. Its performance will determine whether security and peace can truly take hold. The UN resolution also creates the Board of Peace, a transitional body to oversee Gaza's recovery until 2027. Uniquely, former President Trump is slated to chair the board, providing high-level direction and international leverage. The board manages reconstruction funds, sets priorities, and ensures disarmament, while a Palestinian technocratic committee handles daily administration. These technocrats, unaffiliated with militant groups, will restore services and rebuild institutions. This two-tiered system combines international oversight with local expertise, aiming for effective, accountable governance. The goal: a stable civil society in Gaza, free from armed group control. The board must ensure aid is used for rebuilding, not diverted for military purposes. Its success will be measured by real improvements in daily life and the creation of lasting institutions. The resolution's language on Palestinian statehood is deliberately vague. No firm promise, just a credible pathway if tough benchmarks are met. These include Palestinian Authority reforms, Gaza's reconstruction, and full demilitarization. Supporters say this compromise was needed to secure Israel's acceptance and keep the two-state solution on the table. Critics argue it's another empty promise, pushing statehood further out of reach and making it conditional on near-impossible requirements. Russia and China abstained, citing the lack of a clear commitment to Palestinian sovereignty. Israel, meanwhile, welcomed the focus on security, but rejected any mention of statehood. This unresolved divide ensures the statehood question will remain the plan's most contentious issue. The resolution sparked sharply divided reactions worldwide. The U.S. and key Arab states hailed it as a diplomatic breakthrough, while former President Trump called it a historic UN moment. Hamas swiftly rejected the plan, calling it foreign guardianship and denouncing the disarmament mandate. The Palestinian Authority offered cautious support, seeing a chance to regain influence in Gaza. Russia and China abstained, criticizing the plan's vagueness and U.S. dominance. Their skepticism highlights the lack of true global consensus. The plan's fate now hinges on whether these divisions can be bridged in practice. A core promise of the resolution is a massive, coordinated humanitarian and reconstruction effort for Gaza. All border crossings are to be opened for unimpeded aid, coordinated by the UN and Red Cross. The World Bank will manage a dedicated trust fund, ensuring transparent use of billions in reconstruction aid. The Board of Peace will oversee priorities, aiming to rebuild homes, hospitals, schools, and infrastructure. Restoring healthcare and education is urgent, with jobs and dignity tied to the reconstruction process. But all progress depends on security. The ISF must protect aid corridors and workers. Without stability, neither aid nor rebuilding can succeed. Despite diplomatic optimism, the plan faces daunting obstacles. Hamas's outright rejection and refusal to disarm could trigger violent clashes with the ISF. Israel's opposition to Palestinian statehood creates a core contradiction in the plan's political horizon. The ISF's composition, rules, and command remain unclear, making troop contributions risky. The Board of Peace's authority is untested and depends on local cooperation. The resolution's ambiguity on key issues leaves room for disputes and implementation failures. Each step will require new negotiations, and any misstep could unravel the entire effort. The road to peace is long, and this plan is only the uncertain first step. The UN's endorsement of the Gaza peace plan is a moment of fragile hope and monumental risk. This decision marks a pivotal point in international diplomacy, reflecting a collective desire to address one of the most enduring conflicts in modern history. For the first time in years, the world is backing a comprehensive framework to change Gaza's reality, not just manage its crisis. This plan aims to transform the socio-political landscape, offering a structured approach to peace and stability. The plan's bold intervention, security, governance, and aid signals a renewed global commitment. It encompasses a multifaceted strategy that includes enhancing security measures, establishing effective governance, and providing essential humanitarian aid. For Gazans, it's a lifeline and a chance to rebuild, but success is far from certain. The local population sees this as an opportunity to restore normalcy and rebuild their lives amidst the ruins. Opposition from Hamas, skepticism from Russia and China, and deep political contradictions threaten the plan's future. These challenges highlight the complex geopolitical dynamics at play, making the path to peace fraught with obstacles. The initiative could collapse under pressure, but it also opens a narrow window for real change. The success of this plan hinges on the unwavering commitment of all stakeholders to overcome these hurdles. The coming months will test the resolve of all parties to choose peace over conflict. The international community will be closely monitoring the situation, hoping for a breakthrough in this long-standing conflict. For now, the world watches, hoping this fragile hope can take root. The future of Gaza hangs in the balance, and the global community remains cautiously optimistic that this initiative will pave the way for lasting peace.